Top of the morning, Lad Dental Nation. Wanted to highlight a few stories that have been hot in the last couple days and talk about a couple correlations that I see between the narratives. First and foremost, we'll start local here in Lebanon at the Leap District, where Eli Lilly today announced an additional investment of $4.5 billion. That brings their total investment now in the Leap District there in Lebanon to $13 billion. The new investment is going to be for the Lilly Medicine Foundry, and it is going to create 400 full-time jobs once it is live, hopefully by 2027. That is increasing their total acreage in the Leap District to 800 acres. That is just a massive campus. Those are massive numbers. Because of the size of it and the scale of the operations, state revolving loans, also known as SRF loans, have been granted to both Citizen Energy and Lebanon Utilities. Citizen Energy inked a $200 million loan. Lebanon Utilities inked a $125 million loan. And I was not able to see the interest that was attached to those revolver loans, but historically, you're getting those loans much below market rate, normally 2 to 3% interest. Hopefully they didn't give them a 0% interest, as that's really giving away everything, especially with today's inflationary environment. So you can definitely see that there have been incentives that have been provided. Lastly, the Indiana Economic Development Coalition has also already allocated $45 million for infrastructure work in that Leap District area. For you guys at home, I find this interesting. The Leap District, which is a 2,300 acre parcel there in Lebanon, stands for the Limitless Exploration Advanced Pace kind of initiative. So, and they definitely are going fast. And there's definitely been a lot of investment in that area. The only thing that I find a little interesting, and you guys know I'm a rising tide floats all boat kind of philosophy, but the more and more we keep doing these public-private partnerships, the more that you have to put an asterisk on that slogan, because we are giving a ton of credits to Eli Lilly, which is a top 10 market share company in the world now. With their weight loss drugs and everything else, Eli Lilly they've doubled in 2024 in terms of market share. So we are giving a lot of incentives away to a company that is absolutely crushing it. So, and again, I'm one that believe incentives make the world go round, but there are a lot of resources, state-funded resources that are being provided to this area. As I pivot to the other story that's getting a lot of headline news right now, and for a good reason, the union strike happening for the longshoremen on the East Coast. This could be highly, highly disruptive to the overall macro economy. And the thing that really jumps off, well, there's a lot that jump off the page, but one of the things that I find most interesting is I think the reason right now the labor contracts are being declined is not over the wage increases, which I've seen some things that have said they have declined a 60% increase over 6 years. So a 10% yearly salary increase or hourly increase for 6 straight years, which a 60% increase, especially in where they forecasted inflation to go, that's a big increase. But I think where the rubber is meeting the road is in the automation portion of the contracts. So the union really wants to not allow any more automation. They don't want any jobs replaced due to automation. Obviously, the companies view otherwise just through the efficiencies and everything else. And what I learned this morning is there are already fully automated ports on the market, South Korea being one of those that comes to mind. So it'll be interesting where this plays out. Why I think these stories kind of correlate or where I see some overlap is we're looking at $13 billion being spent by Lilly in the Leap District. From what I can read or understand, there's going to be fewer than 2,500 jobs created from that type of an investment. That's really worrying to me. I mean, $13 billion is such an investment. It's going to take decades before you're able to actually get that return on your investment back, get that money back of all the resources that are deployed. And for that, I know they're getting earmarks on property taxes, personal property taxes, and I'm sure they're getting some other benefits as well. we just really have to start to be aware of the public utility drain, because with those two loans to Citizen Energy and Lebanon Utilities, it is going to allow 25 million gallons of water per day to be able to be pulled in that area. So that is a significant water pull. There's obviously going to be significant energy pull that comes from that. So an increased traffic and big 18-wheelers, which then are going to depreciate the roads and other taxpayer-supported programs. So comment down below, let me know what jumps off the page at you guys. But I thought there was some overlap between Eli Lilly's big investment, right now the longshoreman labor strike, just based on that much investment made in that area and so few jobs created in Lebanon. And I think that's ultimately where we're fighting right now with the longshoremen, is putting a stop to the automation replacing manual labor. So again, comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Have a great Wednesday.